Hi. So I've already covered about how women are most likely going to be vulnerable and become exploited by men. So in this video, obviously, I'm going to cover how emotionally available men, real men, stable, sensitive, who actually are in tune with uh, their own intuition and are willing to take care of women and have family, take care of children, are responsible, stable, they have all the right qualities, are trapped by a distorted woman. Just like a distorted man would target a good woman of high value, it's gonna happen the same for a man. So in this case, usually the women, that woman who target that kind of emotionally available man is emotionally manipulative. As in, she is dramatic, she is unable to handle her own self. Like she relies more on sympathy, pity, woe is me, the damsel in distress, that kind of roles much. She would love to be taken care of. Instead of taking care of herself and honoring herself and strength and working on herself, improving on her own skill sets, dreams, working on her dreams, and having healthy aspirations for herself, she would literally become codependent on his affections and kindness and money and status. She doesn't actually value herself because she refuses to heal, she refuses to grow, but she would always look for an emotionally available, sensitive man who is also stable financially, or if not financially stable, who is emotionally available. Either he is emotionally available, financially stable, or he has something that she thinks would make her look good in his company. And if she's gonna look for relationship and marriage, that kind of things, she would definitely look for a man who has money, and again who is emotionally available, because despite the money being her lust factor, even though she would look for an emotionally available man mostly, because she don't want them to leave. That will be her criteria. She's so insecure being in her own skin. She refuses to heal and work on herself, and she refuses to do something with her own life. Okay, learn, grow skill sets, or have aspirations, dreams, and work on building herself, with or without a man, irrespective of it. Work on her intelligence or anything. I mean, you would see. And then there are women who don't want to do, who actively don't want any of that. They would rather use sex or emotional manipulation or sexual manipulation to trap emotionally available men, kind, soft-natured men, because these people are going to be incredibly insecure, emotionally unstable. They create a lot of drama in their lives and all that. And this man should be able to put up with them. They have nothing to offer. Just like the man in the women case, they have nothing to offer. They refuse to grow, evolve, and mature themselves, and they don't have any decency in them. They will end up creating a lot of instability, chaos, ruckus, drama. They will tell this woman has this, that, your mother doesn't like me, your father did this to me, there are men coming after me. It always has to be some kind of a drama or chaotic negative energy going on around them. They feed on that low level energy because they are low. Only an emotionally available, stable man would have enough morality in him to tolerate that behavior. Think that it is normal. Think that it is okay. She is my partner. I love her. I care about her. So I'll care and protect her no matter what. the good man, the actual good man who deserves the good woman, that woman of high value. But this kind of women hijack those men and trap them with all this drama around them. Oh, what will I do without you? I'll kill without you. I'll die without you. Or they will trap them with children as soon as possible, or as many children as possible. They will keep burdening them with financial responsibilities. They are all about superficialities. They would expect them the man to be there for them no matter what, even though they end up actually, it's like he will be busy building stability, she will be busy destroying it. He wants peace, she is opposite of peace. When I say drama and chaos, okay, the kind of drama and chaos and negativity, these kind of witches bring them into their lives, I'm not even exaggerating. It's gonna be a constant thing, a constant negativity. They criticize them. They criticize their partners, the good man, even though there may not be any solid grounds for criticism. They criticize and put down so that he won't realize his worth and leave her for a better woman. Just like any other narcissist, she will make him think as if she is the only option left because all other women out there are also like her. So he better tolerate her and bear with her because there's no better woman out there. And she's doing him a favor by staying with him. This happens in a male narcissist abusing a female also. So the same drama plays out, and they love chaos and conflict. They cannot deal, since they don't have the inner capacity, maturity, soul level evolution, and emotional availability and stableness. They can't think straight. They don't want to work on their emotional stability. They don't have. They misuse any energy they have. They only misuse it for drama, chaos, these low level things. They don't want the partner to see it. They will they cannot help themselves because they refuse to grow. It's almost like a demon and evil spirit in them. This man would be sensible enough to catch on and maybe leave her sooner. So in order for not that to happen, they have to keep the man busy. So they will keep the man busy building the money. They will always say the money is not enough. The life is not comfortable enough. They want to move to bigger house. They want to keep him in debt. They want to keep him locked in with lots of children. Lots of, I need to be taken care of, this kind of thing, either directly or indirectly through manipulation. They will always have, since like I said, since they would be sensible enough to pick on to their low level behavior, what they want is for him to not pick on it and leave them sooner. So they always introduce some kind of a third or fourth party in between. It would be their parents or his parents or their siblings or his siblings or their friends or his friends. There is always gonna be a third or fourth person in the picture. Always. So that this man is either too busy working, either to increase this financial status because she wants more, or increase the emotional stability because it's full of drama and chaos and negativity. He's kept busy all the time. And on top of that, he has to be kept distracted so as he will not fully see the ways of her life. Because he would leave. He has the sense in him. So she will always go to a third or fourth party. There will always be some flying monkeys around always, who will do her bidding or make sure that he won't see her for who truly she is. Because all these people are gaining from his kindness and energy. Just like it's in the case of the women. They are stealing from him. And since it's a man, more likely they will be stealing him for his hard work, patience, money. That stability and that emotional stability he brings by saying, I wouldn't leave just because. I would give my best. I would give me my patience and care and nurturing. And they would take advantage of that. He would be loyal. She may not be. But she has to cover her tracks. That's another reason why there are so many distractions and drama and flying monkeys around. She doesn't value him, but he has to be there so that she can show off and have that stability in her life and enjoy his money, enjoy his love and care. But she doesn't appreciate the love and care. She don't even have the capacity for it. She don't even have the capacity for it. But she will use him left, right and center for that. She would use him for the money, for the emotional stability, for all of that. Especially money, actually. I don't even think it's this emotional stability. I've watched these women. They manipulate and play victim all the time, or be the woe is me, pity, take care of me. She's always falling sick when he's having fun. He has to be literally her caretaker rather than a partner. It will become that burdensome. And she is a witch. That kind of women are usually witches. So they do the same energy stealing just like the men do. They are parts of covens and whatever, and they usually no, they always involve with dark magic. They practice certain things to keep them stuck with them. Love spells and other spells and spell work. They use their objects to do certain things and manipulate their emotions and trigger certain affection, trauma bonding, and sometimes they could use sex as a way to trap them and keep them trapped. Oh, sex is awesome. Oh, I can't find it anywhere else. It's an illusion. Because they do magic behind the scenes. But that's the illusion they create. Something to hold on. Something for the man to not have enough courage or the balls or confidence to look for better options out there, or at least give up on the hope that there are better options out there, or give up on the hope that he has a lot to offer and he deserves to be actually happy and peaceful in his own house, in his own life. Rather be a caretaker for somebody all the time, and their dramas and their obsessions, their negative attitudes and all that. She has very little to nothing to offer. And that's why she resorts to sexual manipulations a lot of times. And that might even become a primary way of even engagement. There's no love there, right? She can't offer it. She don't have it. Okay, if you don't have it, what is she going to give? So to cover and make up for it, she will do a lot of magic, and she will use sex as a weapon. And that will be the only way they will interact. And there still won't be intimacy because there is no love there. Just the physical bodies. And it will still not satisfy the man, but still he will not give up because of, again, his own inner goodness, or he gave up the hope of finding better, or he's tired of going out there and starting all over, or which means he doesn't value himself enough, which is wrong. Just like I told the women, you have to have the balls to leave. They may create some ruckus and drama. They may try and say, oh, this is another tricky part. They start throwing the domestic violence or manipulation and that kind of power tactics they may try to use and abuse on the man. And that should not be a fear factor. That should in fact confirm to you they would resort to something like this. Trap with children, power tactics, fake domestic violence things. They would resort to something like that would ruin my life only so they can hold it over my head and I won't leave them. That I will become their golden goose and feeding person forever. That should, even though as scary as it seems, that should be your number one red flag as to why you should run instead of walk. Because I've seen women do that to good men, unsuspecting, decent, normal men, who did not see that it is not a healthy behavior, or who did not value themselves enough that they stayed with this kind of person, even though they suspected it pretty early. So it would be a hard lesson for a man to learn also, but it will be a very important lesson. Again, the same as any other person. Know your value, know your worth, know what you have to offer. And if someone is only interested in taking by any means, run. Don't walk, don't just leave, run. I have seen many women start doing it in the last few decades. Because the devil manipulated them and told them you can do, even the law started twisting things around. And they gave wrong kind of power to women by saying you can sit on the top and dominate men and abuse and use them like they did to you, and still there is no place for love. See, it's again still about abuse of power and control and manipulation and tactics and sitting on top. It's all about ego, 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 ego. Still there is no place for love. So that started happening a lot in the last few decades. That's why I'm saying this. So a lot of emotionally available women, again, they were made to feel like they are weak because of the goodness in them, just like a woman was done. No, it's your strength. It means you have connection to God. It means your intuition is working. That is why you are sensitive. It means your heart is open, which means you have more to offer. The one problem you had, you know what? Just like the good women out there, you had boundary issues. You did not know how to value yourself and put up boundaries and be unapologetic about saying no to certain behaviors. It could be even be family. It could be your own mother using you like that, who doesn't respect your boundaries, and you were trained like that to be okay. She was practicing and training you for your future wife. You were being trained to be ready for being a doormat for abusive women who love control and power rather than who wants something from true divine place. Again, some kind of love and care and protection. She's not coming from that. She's all about power and control and managing and manipulation. And she will do whatever. And maybe your own mother was training you to be like that. And you did not see it, you did not know it. Or maybe you saw it, but you did not think it's such an issue, such a big issue. Oh, no, it is an issue. Whoever it is trying to hold on to you and suck on you, but has little to nothing to offer, but they use any kind of familial or friendship or any other social or any other kind of relationship or so-called bonding or acquaintance of any kind, just so they could be the dead weight in your life. And so you would feed them and take care of them forever, and they would do nothing but sit and do nothing, contribute nothing, not only physically but otherwise. And you were made to think it is okay, that there is no respect or reciprocity and dignity and honor in any of these behaviors, but it was okay because it's family. It was okay because it's friend. It was okay because it's peers. It's okay because it's okay because it's okay because it's... No. Because our traditions, because your family, because I'm your mother, because I'm your father, because I'm your grandparent, because I'm your cousin, because I'm your best friend, because I'm your this, because I'm your that, because I'm your friend. No. No excuses whatsoever, but they were training you to be that man for the future wife. Most likely she is the one who was playing a major role in choosing your partner. She would choose a partner that is more advantageous to her than you. And you wouldn't even know. This happened to a lot of emotionally available, sensitive men. I watched it and it's devastating. Just like as devastating as seeing good women be hurt by violent men and ruthless men. This happened to emotionally available, sensitive, good-natured men too. The problem was, just like kindness with limits is an important. They did not use the limits factor. They had to grow up there. They had to learn the hard way about the boundaries and valuing themselves and knowing how to let go and cut off any toxicity from their life. Because with all that kind of toxicity around you, you will never be able to grow as you are meant to be. And you will never be fulfilled or satisfied or happy because you're always worried about what's gonna be the next issue. What's gonna be the next burden that they're gonna put on you to take care of while they sit on their asses and actually do nothing to contribute. They bring problems, you bring solutions. They bring problems, you bring solutions. They bring something, you pay money. It's all about you feeding, and for how long? You're being exploited. They took your kindness for weakness. They used tradition or family or motherhood or this or that as an excuse. to keep you stuck, to tell you that it is the right thing to do, so that your heart won't tell you this is wrong. So instead of trusting your own self and focusing on your own personal growth and satisfaction and joy and peace, you valued them and their opinions just for the sake of them. Oh, they are too old, who will take care of them? I'll tell you something, it's their job. It was supposed to be their job. Because I've seen people who walked with God closely, even if it is a single man or a single woman, they lived up to very, very old age, 90 plus, 95 plus, and still did not depend on anybody. Because they did a lot of things right in their life. So old age, sickness or weakness, oh, I don't have this or that, is not an excuse. But they will use it. I know, you being a man, they will make it seem like it is your responsibility. And if the father in the family is dead and you are the son, oh, I know the kind of things they pile on, so that you will not find enough time to even focus on what you're doing is good or not. You'll be the donkey ass working all the time, always fixing for them, always earning for them, always taking care of them, always making more and more and more money, always trying to fill that bottomless pit for them. And you pay very little to no attention onto your own life, your own satisfaction, peace. What do I want? I want to be happy. What do I do for it? And don't make them feel as if it is your responsibility. Because it's not. Because if you came here as a soul and it's your job to evolve as a soul, it means God has a plan for you. You're supposed to do it and you will do it, and if you do it right, your life will be flourishing. If someone uses old age or some other thing or weakness or any disability or anything as an excuse, it means they have karma to pay. They have been living like that for long and they have been continuing to live like that. And they did not do what their soul was supposed to do. Because if they did, they would not be begging like that. They would not be in that kind of place where they have to use pity, manipulation, anything like that to bring at least this much of stability into their life, sensibility and into their life. They didn't have to. Not their own children, not their own relatives, not a stranger. They didn't have to. If they are, it's their karma, and it's not your burden to bear. Yeah, it may not seem easy to accept or see, but I've come to accept it, because at the end of the day, it's our own journey. We are gonna be judged for how much value did you put in, how much work did you put in, how did we fulfill our purpose or not, how much were we learning, and how much did we learn to let go of what is not good for us, especially when it comes to toxicity like this. Not just leaving the past and moving and making new decisions, but literally leaving behind the toxic connections that are used primarily based on trauma and drama bonding. Lies, manipulation, trickery, underhandedness, magic. Oh my God. You have to break out of all that and find your worth. Even if that means you have to be single for a while, just like I told the women, do it. Because if you don't do that work and sit in that place of healing and be single for a while and stop interacting with other people and even sexually, and wait patiently cleaning and cleansing and healing that garbage, you won't find whoever it is that you are wanting to be with, the one who matches your worth. You won't. It's not like you jump from one thing to another, one relationship to another. You have to heal, you have to take time, you have to separate and cut off, heal from those toxicities, heal from those patterns, work on it, break those patterns, continue valuing yourself, have patience while you are sitting there waiting without any real progress happening. You have to do all that. It won't just land in your lap just like that. And after all of that, even then there is waiting period, because then you still have to prove your worth to the universe. And after all that, You met the criteria, you did everything right, you passed all the tests, you did not fall for the temptations or distractions, or you didn't fall back to temptations of old life just because it was something you are used to. Have you fully been able to cut off those toxicities and heal from it enough to not even look back or not be attracted to that kind of behavior again? If someone approaches with that kind of behavior, what are you going to do? How quickly are you going to respond to cut off and walk away? What are you choosing to engage in your life and what not? Everything you have to prove yourself to the universe first, and then you manage to pass all the tests and go through all the patience and healing and cutting off and breaking those patterns and all the blood, sweat and tears. Then if you make it to the end, then you will find that one person. Then you will realize, because your heart is open, you have healed, you have broke those patterns, you started freeing yourself and not be limited to whatever was taught to you. You start to see bigger things, you start to find your value, and you also start to not tolerate misbehavior from anybody anymore. You learn your boundaries. Again, the boundary was the key issue there. You learn to value yourself, you put up the strong boundaries, you defend yourself no matter what. People who are trying to seep back in, you say no to them, cut off and ruthlessly keep a distance from them and say no. No, yeah. Whoever you are, you are a no. And you stick to that decision, and only say yes to things that are adding value to your health, your soul, your peace. Okay, you're able to build your life more easily and peacefully and at much faster rate than it was when you're with them. Okay, then you will find the right person, and you will be able to recognize, and you will be able to take that chance. You will be able to be that healthy person with another healthy person and grow a life. It takes a lot of work for you too, just like it takes for the women. And in this case, it's a little different. The woman has to do all the work, and the man has to come to her. Okay, this is how God has designed. So then you will find, that's why I'm saying when it comes to man, you will find the woman, you will see her, and then you will see if it is coming from a place of love, true love, and there is no attachment of how would it look good, no place for ego there. Okay, have you risen above that? Have you been unconditional about it? Have you been true, generous about it? And have you prepared yourself in all areas of your life to be ready for her? And then go to her and take your chance. She may say yes or no. Nobody will ever know. But you will still be able to handle whether it's a yes or no. Even if it is a no. That's how much you worked on yourself. Because you're not going to a place of ego where, I have to make sure she says this, so otherwise my ego will get hurt. See that? That's what it means to break from the limitations and limited beliefs and fear and this fear of rejection and fear of acceptance and fear of this and that and fear of new, going to something different. That's the whole point of living life. Not to sit in a box and be comfortable there forever. And you have to learn all that. And when it comes to men, the biggest thing you have to master is not to go to anything or anybody from a place of ego, to feed your ego, to feed your insecurity. It will be a wrong foundation, and it will be broken down again sooner or later, and it will bring a lot of pain unnecessarily. That means you will not learn your lesson properly. It will become a repeat lesson. So you have to rise above the ego. That's one key thing that man has to master. But actually, in a way, truly, apart from the emotional stability and keeping the mind healthy, handling that ego and keeping it balanced and not come from a place of ego has to be the biggest and most important lesson. And once you do all that, you will see the world entirely differently, and it will be in a much better way. You will know your value, and you will not accept anything less than that. And that's how it should be.